Good day, gentlemen. This is a pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which for security reasons of the highest importance has been known on board during the mission. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew is revived, it can be told you. 18 months ago, the first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Patron. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
You're listening to my daddy, All Gorilla MC.
the man, yes, sir, they killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from hunger pain.
Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of, that's right, I ain't telling you no lies. You best believe it. It's definitely all for real. On screen. That's right. We're talking about that Star Trek Picard. That Picardy B, if you will. Star Trek Picard. You know, he's just trying to live his life, just trying to do his thing. So, of course, thank you for coming through. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Going to share this to somebody you know. But I'm not by myself. Oh, no. Right over here. All right. Cinematic Sorcerer, Solar Gray.
Hello, my friends, and I'm Solar Gray, the Cinematic Sorcerer, coming at you from the Wizard Tower. And of course, we got to talk about our favorite old man who is a great security officer. Yes.
Okay, I'll set it off with this. Before we even get going, Agnes can sing. Agnes can sing, apparently. She's been holding it back. She's been waiting for a big band and a spotlight, and we just haven't given her the opportunity. All right. So now we know she can sing. She can bring the house down, apparently without a microphone.
And
you
know what? She was doing Pat Benatar. That says a lot. Pat Benatar was an opera singer before a pop star, so none of her vocals are easy.
You know, so hey, look, she was just giving you the real.
Yep.
They're like, we need a distraction.
I gotta say though, my person in this episode was Rio.
All right, okay.
You know what? Yeah, he needed this kind of break. Him walking around the suit with the cigar, being like, yeah, you know, this time
he smelled it. He was like, this is real.
The food is great. Oh my God. I'm like, you know what? After what you'd have been through in the past few episodes, and you know, you met a little lady, trying to get his bay on, you know. I'm like, you know what? No, you be happy. You be
at
happy
least for a couple of seconds. Go ahead and be happy. You know, just it's a little bit of happiness. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll allow it.
Although
this is just a little teeny bit of happiness, not too much, but you know.
Though I looked over
understandable
at my girlfriend while we were watching this last night, and I'm like, this episode has a real distinct message in this one.
Okay.
And that is in the entertainment industry, there is an unspoken secret where if you're a woman over 40, you won't be cast because you won't be considered attractive. You're no longer hot if you're over 40. Okay. And this episode was like, I beg to differ. Because everybody's wardrobe and makeup were on point.
Yeah. And plus, looking at media in general, I think that's more of a 90s thing. I think we've kind of broken away from that. But I definitely see what you're saying. Like, at least in the recent 5 to 10 years, we've seen, they've broken from that tradition.
Yeah, I'm like, mature women are mature, and they are women. So let's put them up there. Let's put them up there. It's not just about the post-adolescence.
Yeah, it's like, Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I don't want to see her trying to dress like she's 20, but just because you're not trying to dress like you're 20 doesn't mean that you still can't be classy.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Just don't be showing all that. See.
Well, see, that's the thing about modern entertainment. It's like 20 is the only time that a woman can be attractive. And it's like, you know what? No, man. You know, a woman looks amazing in a dress or in clothing that fits. So let's just put her in clothing that fits. And I gotta say, man, I was watching this episode and I'm like, okay, Picard, I see what you see in the Romulan lady now. I can see that, you know. She's wearing that dress.
Then there's the personal connect. You know, she's always there, and their minds. You know what I'm saying? They you know, so it's a good thing. You know,
I mean, I'm definitely sitting up there. I'm bringing out all that because the party in this episode was just kind of like,
So I'll follow through on this and give you guys some life lessons.
Yeah.
All right. Life lesson time on NERDSoul. I try to give you life lessons every now and then from a TV show.
Hey, I'm with it.
If you see Picard and the way he looks at the Watcher / Laris, see that look on his eye? It's called regret. Now, I'm going to tell you, because I was raised up around a lot of older black men. And those older black men weren't trying to be players and stuff. They told me, find you a good woman, get married. All right. Don't be trying to. I was literally told, have you been fishing? Yes. Can you catch them all? No. Then why try? Get you a good woman, live your life. Now, don't be sitting around with that regret on your face. You know you got a good woman in your life. Get that good woman. Go on about yours. You know, don't be because there ain't no guarantee you're gonna be around. All right. You know, and if you know she's a good woman, do you think that another man might also know that she's a good woman? Don't waste your time. I'm just letting you know. Don't waste your time because you'll be sitting around looking sad.
Yeah. Let me add a corollary to that. Now I understand why you and I get along so well. Because I was raised up around a bunch of older black women. And I was told flat out, a good woman, a woman can make or break a man. A good woman can raise a man up. A bad woman can tear a man all the way down.
Yes, she can.
And it's like, you know what? You need to get a good woman because your life will actually be improved if you have a good woman. Now, good don't mean easy. Some of the best women will keep your feet on the fire until you can run as fast as she knows you can. You know. So by the way, shout outs to Lady Lisa. I see you. Yeah. All right. And shout outs to my girl. I see you too, honey. I see you too. So
that's what it's all about.
You know, but yeah, I mean, this was good. And that actually opens the door to the best line, or my favorite line in the whole episode. Okay. Which was, you know, you keep seeing her name. Like, who is she? No one of importance? Thank you. Now I know what you look like when you lie. I'm like, all right. You know, yeah. So I gotta say,
the Watcher's like, I don't get involved with humans that much, but I'm not stupid.
I watch them. I know what y'all look like.
Man, I'm not crazy.
I see the things on your face that you can't see because you were behind your eyes. You know, although this episode did have, in my opinion, the stupidest and not the least realistic thing I've ever seen in Star Trek. And it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. Okay? And I just gotta get this out of the way. How is it that a 20-something-year-old girl in the year 2024 who never goes outside, has never seen the light of day because it physically harms her, how has she never Googled her daddy? Like, never looked him up once?
Or you never wanted to watch one of his speeches that he makes at the university. And then stumbled upon a comment of somebody saying, well, he's wrong because he did this, and be like, oh, what's that? And then Googling for, you know, like, It
Yeah, but
just
my point
because
is
your only eyes to the outside is the internet.
exactly my point. So I'm just thinking, if this is set 2 years from today, and she knows a bit about her father losing funding, being kicked out of universities, all that other stuff. So you're telling me she's never, ever, ever looked him up in a time where we Google everybody. We see somebody on Tinder, we Google them. We say, who is that actor? I don't know. I remember them from something. Hey Google. What was that one color? Hey Google. When I was 14 years old, there was a transformer that I really liked on this one episode of a cartoon. Hey Google. My daddy is famous and infamous, and she's never hey Googled him once. I'm
Or
sorry.
even the
That is
research
where
that
we
he's
get into
working on.
sci-fi, huh?
Or even the research he's working on. Like
Yeah,
not even
exactly.
anything around him.
And I'm like, I can get down with the spore drive. I can get down with slingshotting around a star to travel back through time. Star Trek turns matter into energy and back again with very few consequences. I can get behind all that. But you're telling me that a daddy's girl under 30 has never Googled her father. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some writer in that room should have been like, whoa, hold up.
And I can even understand it if she's outside, if she's able to go outside, because then she can actually see her dad in these spaces. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't need, but in this case, she's never able to see what he's like away from home or know anything. So you think that due to her being a daddy's girl, being like, oh, well, I want to watch when he speaks at such and such, or when he's on the panel at this or that.
Not one YouTube search, not one Vine, not one TikTok,
not Vine,
not
oh
Instagram.
Man.
Again, this girl has been inside her whole life. So we're going from MySpace to 2 years from now, and she has never looked him up.
True.
And not once.
And also, this episode does another thing that I don't like. The whole start at the end, then be like 35 minutes ago, or 2 days ago, or 3 weeks ago. I hate when episodes do that. Just show me.
You don't like stories opening in media res? I'm back and forth on it. This one, I'm not going to say it did a good job. What it did was it showed me why they did it. Because it opens up. Oh my God, Picard's in danger. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, how did it happen? Did he get hit by a stun gun? Did he get shot? What happened? All that other stuff. Oh,
it's a hit and run.
Oh, he got hit. He got hit by Data's great granddaddy. He got hit by a car. Okay. Okay.
This show is tough for me. All right.
Yeah.
Because you already know I'm on the fence from the first season. I wasn't plus on the first season. But I was like, you know what, season 2, let's go back in. And
it's been good so far.
I'm still kind of in the okay space. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But there are things I like. Like I like the board thing. Even though I'm also on the fence about characters that you can't see, but I do like the actress she's just so you hate her so much. Like she's doing that because
she's a very good
I can't
villain.
stand her. Yeah. So
she's a very good villain.
It's like it's her and President Palmer's wife. It's like they're on I could not stand that woman.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of stuck. What's her name? Griff, Tiff, Jiff. The black lady.
Raffi.
Raffi. That's right. I knew it had something to do with 2 F's.
Yeah.
She's starting to get on my nerves. She's starting to get on my nerves because I'm like, all right, I know what it's like to be angry all the time. I do. Angry all the time. But I'm just kind of sitting up going, even Worf like prune juice. Can we get something you like? Just something? Because her story is tragic. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
The alcoholism, the not being liked by any of her family from either generations before or after her, the messed up history she has with Picard. I get it. I understand. And I even like that she's a foil for Picard, saying everybody likes you, but I know you. So you need to knock off some of this stuff. I get that. But have a drink.
Yeah, she seemed to lighten up for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And
then doubles down on the angry.
After seeing the Romulan guy. And here's, okay. My issue with the Romulan guy, one, I'm tired of seeing him pop up in like little visions. I'm tired of that. 2, we've already at least set the foundation that most likely, if we fix this, he'll be back. So we don't even have to worry about it. So let's just focus on fixing this, because once we get back to the regular time, he'll be there and everything will be cool. So stop. Of course, since we're playing with time, stop crying over spilled milk, which technically isn't spilled just yet because this timeline hasn't solidified. So,
and I think my problem with her anger is give us a better idea. Because, nothing, and this is a personal thing, nothing gets under my skin more than a naysayer that's keeping it real, because it really gets down to, guess what? We are screwed. But if we listen to what you say, we're just going to curl up and die.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything.
Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? You're right. Going to the party is a bad idea. You got a better one? One better idea, and that's pretty much where the writers keep putting her in. Is it's not gonna work, it's gonna be terrible, this is stupid.
Do you think it's because this crew is too big and they don't know what to do with her?
No, because one, this crew is not too big. Okay.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why.
No, I mean,
because she's extremely one-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, look
at
her
she
cast.
Shouldn't be.
We got Jurati, Rios, Picard, pointy-eared elvish freak, black lady, and now a Borg. That's 6. Okay. TOS, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Uhura, Chekhov, Sulu, Scotty. That's 7. Next generation, Picard, Riker, Troy, Crusher, Worf. I'll even include Tasha Yar, but we can make her a half.
Data.
Data.
And Geordi, sort of.
Yeah, Data and Geordi. That's 7. DS9. Don't get me started. They had everybody.
Yeah, DS9 had
even
10
Voyager had 8 or 9 characters. So on this show we got 6. So this is firmly in Star Trek's wheelhouse. Firmly in Star Trek's wheelhouse. I honestly think that the writers on this one are being lazy. I know this is a Member Berries and Picard type show.
It is. It really is.
But Rios is fun and cool and multidimensional. Jurati, this is going to be the last time I'm going to have tolerance for her switching sides. This is it. Last time. All right.
I agree. I know where you're coming from. I agree.
I'm like this. I mean, Star Trek is space travel, which is based on naval stuff. So there just comes a point where you throw somebody overboard.
It's because it's the Superman mind control thing over and over again.
Either
and there's other ways. There's other ways.
Conned,
Yeah, it's other ways to control Superman or to break Superman down. It doesn't always have to be mind control. But I guess, like you said in this, once again, she's switching sides. Now, someone could say, "Oh, well, no, she's not really switching sides. She's controlled by the Borg Queen." But at the same time, I would fire back and say, someone of Jurati's skill level, of her knowledge base of this, that, and the third, she could either outright let them know about the Borg Queen or in a very tertiary way let them know. You know, it doesn't have to be like it just, she should have outright said, look, I shot, like when they all got together, they were getting ready to do this mission, be like, look, I need you guys to know something. When I shot the Borg Queen, I didn't know, but I've been compromised. She's in my mind somehow. And like, I can see her, and they'll be like, where is she? I'm like, she's actually right there. I'm looking at her right now. And, be like, and then they'll know how to contextualize like what she's doing. Like, oh, why is she off comms? Got to keep an eye on her because the Borg Queen's with her. You know, instead of, I'm tired of story. Okay, Picard isn't the only show that does this, because they make a character dumb or act out of character so that the story can happen, but there's no way the Borg Queen is taking over even a part of my mind, and I'm not telling the crew. There's just not it's not happening. There's no way. What would I be ashamed of? This is her whole job. She has assimilated millions upon millions, so it's not like I have to be ashamed of this.
Bro,
so
7 of 9 is right there.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, so here's the thing with the Queen, and she kind of did this thing. Can we talk? Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, like maybe even her and 7 keeping this secret or something, but just her being on her own, it doesn't. I don't know.
And it's like, okay, writers, we know that Jurati is terrible when she's forced to switch sides and she's forced to keep secrets by herself and all that. Yeah, stop making her do it. Like, if the Borg Queen had gotten into Raffi, that would have been interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Because we have a situation of, I'm sure she would definitely tell the crew, and then I think her mind I think she has a stronger will than Jurati, and seeing them consistently jockey over position and almost argue with one another, not in the way where Jurati did, but and like, I think that could be cool. That could be real cool.
Yeah, because I mean, Michelle Hurd is good. She is really good. She's got range. So let her show it. You know, now I'm not
right
saying
now you're just having her pine over the well, not really pine over, but just kind of like you have her angry over the Romulan guy who technically he's not dead yet. You know, I mean, yes,
like, I'm grieving my son, I'm grieving my family, I'm grieving my past. You know, I realized that Deep Space Nine showed up after Cisco got out of therapy, but seriously, let's be real here. Got to do a little more. Just
also they opened up this season kind of like she was cool. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like she had gotten over this and gotten past, and she's in a better place. And it's almost they're doing to her what they did, what the writers and creators did with Korra in The Legend of Korra, that I didn't like about the only problem I have with Korra, because everything, the animation, the fight scenes, all of that, the villains are crazy good, but Korra learned the same lesson every season outside of maybe the last season. Like, Korra learned the same lesson. And I'm like, yo.
That sounds like it's on theme, though. And I would forgive Legend of Korra if I watched it. But real talk, I didn't watch it because Avatar: The Last Airbender, best cartoon in the past 14 years. Fight me, I will throw down. But my favorite aspect of it was children saving the world, and at no point did they stop being children, and those writers are good about that. Korra was teenagers having to save the world. I trusted them to keep everything in the context of they're teenagers and they will not grow up to be adults, and I'm cool with that in theory, because I don't like teenagers. So I'm like, man, they're going to do really good at showing teenagers struggling with life and looking for their own identities and stuff. And I bet it is going to be real good. I ain't going to watch it because I don't like that story. But so if Cora had to
It's
learn the same lesson over and over again, yeah, that falls in theme with a show about teenagers because they don't learn
yes.
until the ninth time and they don't understand what they learned until they're over 30. That's just how life works.
Is so it's that's the only thing that kind of nags on me with it. And it's kind of like the similar thing here where it's like, okay, so I guess she's gonna be angry again, even though you showed her not being angry, but now she's
Yeah.
sort of angry again. It just I think you don't know what to do with her character. Um
I, I think
it,
they're afraid to give her character growth because the way that she's been set up is they've got what I call the X-Men problem. Okay. You
okay.
don't need Professor X, Storm, Jean Grey, and Scott Summers on the same team because they're all leaders,
Yeah.
you know. And so
I
what do
take
you
it back from Jean Grey. I don't know, man. She
read
be
X-Men
tripping
Blue, bro?
sometimes.
Read X-Men Blue. Jean is a
All
good
right, cool.
leader.
'Cause
Um,
from what I
but
know from her, she's flighty and I'd swap her out for someone else. But
well,
understood.
well, still, either way, take Jean off that table. You still got Storm, Professor X, Cyclops. And again, too many leaders, you know. So who is in charge at which point? And this show is
Good
made
point.
up of just that and Jurati. Because, well, seriously, Raffi has her own tax squad. Del Rios has his own ship.
Yeah.
Picard is Picard. Um, 7 of 9 was set up to be able to do just about anything because she spent so much time as a Borg to the point where in this alternate timeline, she's the freaking president. so I
Right.
mean,
I
we
was the
got
president.
all these leaders, you know, we got all these leaders and Jakardi. And it's like, oh man, this is so, you know, they're making Raffi take the hit, but I think the hit should be spread across everybody else. And I do like that they're showing Picard's imperfections. I think that's very cool. Um, but what we have here is everybody on this team is kind of imperfect. But Raffi and Jurati, they're really imperfect.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm kind
It's
of
just
going, all right, you need to give
that's
us
the th-
something else.
yeah, that's the thing that kills me is that I just don't see someone on this team that has this level of familiarity after the first season not saying, hey guys, my mind is compromised.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we need to do about it, but you definitely need to know.
You know, even with something like, remember when I worked for the Romulans? Remember that? Yeah, I should be in my quarters.
Or the
You
whole
know,
thing with like, I'm glad you had that rush of endorphins because now I'm in full control. And it's just like, come on, man.
well, in truth, I actually thought that was
Uh,
kind of cool. I really did. Because when you look at the whole episode, the Borg Queen was going, you should do this. It'll make you feel good. You should do this. It'll make you feel good. You should do this. It'll make you feel good. Oh, you got a thing for Rios? Let me get in on that. Oh, you want to go have a drink? Let's get in on that. Hey, let's go dancing. You need to take some time, girl. You need to enjoy yourself. So when she finally did, it was like, oh yeah, and this is why. What, you think I like you? You
it's like,
know,
I don't
and
care.
I thought that was cool. Yeah,
Like, I don't
I
care
thought that
about
was kind of
you.
cool. Yeah, I don't care about you. I just needed a body. And you needed to be in a good mood because you got so many issues. I can't get past that wall. But if you were
Mm.
smiling, if you were having a good time, I could get in there. Have a drink. Kiss
So
the boy.
now I
Hook up with
am,
somebody.
I
Do
will
some
say with
karaoke.
this, that's probably the most interesting part to me about this story is a loose, untamed Borg Queen in 2024. Like we
Yeah.
don't even know. Well, I mean, I guess we're to assume that the Borg have always existed somewhere. I mean, I guess even now the Borg is somewhere in the galaxy doing something.
It was
But
mainly the Delta Quadrant. Yeah.
yeah, so like way out somewhere. But now the Borg Queen in 2024, with essentially our technology that we have now, I mean, maybe like a PS7, you know what I'm saying? An
Well,
iPhone 20, but
no,
besides that,
the internet. That's
yeah.
the
But I
whole thing.
mean, with a
Like we
connection
are
to the
already
internet,
this
we
close to
could,
that kind of hive mind.
yeah,
We're this
we
close. So plug her
and
into that.
imagine how many people, and this isn't me trying to make some grand statement, it's just real if you think about it. Imagine how many people on the internet are looking to belong.
Okay, so there's that aspect.
We are in real trouble.
There's
But they won't play
yeah,
the story out into, but I mean, it'd be dope if they would, because then that's
they
a
might.
whole nother, that's a whole nother,
That's a season.
that's a,
That's a
yeah,
season.
that's a whole nother kind of like Days of Future Past kind of version that I'm down to watch. Like they're trying to figure out like, whoa, hold up. Okay, so how did she get in control of this? This isn't real. How do we know it's not real? Some old guy, some old bald dude said he knows something about Starfleet or whatever. I ain't never heard of them. We're just all trying to run from Borgs. And he said we got to go back to. I'm down with that. I'm down with her assimilating, because there are a lot of people that are lonely and looking for a place to belong. And the Borg Queen is the perfect, the perfect foil for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. What I can see happening from all this is of course, they're going to fix the timeline.
Yeah.
But if they fix the timeline, okay, fix it, and they go back to their century, and they go back to find out that the Borg Queen did mess some stuff up. If that's season 3, I'm down. I'm 100% down. And
like, it's like, yeah, really, you fixed everything, but
everything, not quite everything. The internet was kind of hard to upgrade, but we kind of got it. But man, your guys' tech was primitive. So it's good to see you back, Locutus, and Picard going, I mean, that would be cool. And that came to mind because of that last shot of Raffi and the red dress just floating down Broadway in the middle of the night. And I'm like, ooh, is she booking a train to Silicon Valley? Is she going to take over the homeless population first because they focused on them? Is she going to reach out to the immigrant population? Like, there are a lot of footholds in, and that can be very interesting. So I'm really hoping that they do something like that. Then I'll forgive.
I would not be against that.
Huh? Yeah.
I would not be against that.
I would forgive her taking over Jurati at that point.
Yeah.
I would forgive her.
I'd be like, thank you for a straight fire season 3.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Picard adventures through time, that would be kind of cool.
Okay. All right, so final thoughts.
Final thought, this episode was a pear. It was literally a pear. All right. This is the one where you only really got to watch 5 minutes of it. And you could skip the rest of it. You need to watch the storyline with Jurati and the Borg Queen.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to watch Del Rios and the Doctor, because that is going somewhere. If it wasn't, they wouldn't keep bringing her back.
Yeah.
And I liked, like, my other favorite moment of this episode was when she used the defibrillator and it broke, and she was like, "All right, what's up with you people?" And it's like,
it's almost like it received like its own jolt back and just completely destroyed.
Yeah, and she's like, "Don't lie to me. I don't know what's up, but don't try and tell me that there's nothing up.
This ain't regular.
Ever since you started showing up, stuff went haywire. What is the deal?" And I really like the fact that, like, they called her, she did the right thing. Like, I like her character, and I like how her character is written, because it's like, oh, thank you for all this stuff. Yeah, Thanks a lot for waking me up in the middle of the night, having me stick my hands in your friend's chest, break my equipment. Now I got to go home and take care of my kid. And now you're lying?
Yeah.
You know, that boy, walk. Just walk.
Yeah,
You know?
I'd say probably that. I guess the talk with Renee, the actual talk with Renee between Jean-Luc and Renee, that was good.
It was all right. I mean, I didn't find it necessary to.
Well, I mean, I guess we know we
an-
needed to kind of get her back on board
Yeah.
with going on. So
Yeah,
I guess the
and I
board
mean,
queen, the talk. I guess Data running over Picard.
I wonder how long they've been wanting to do that. Just Brent Spiner going, "Can I punch him yet?" You know. But Patrick Stewart was well liked on set, unlike Shatner. You know. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, unless this is one of those episodes where every aspect of it is tied into something way more important, honestly, you can watch 5 minutes of this stuff and not miss anything important of the season, because we know she's gonna get on that shuttle. We know it. So it's like, I didn't have to see what the conversation was, except Picard's talking about how she reminds him of his mom's, and he's thinking about his mom's, and now he's in a coma, evidently spending time with his mom's. So it's like, hopefully that goes somewhere that would substantiate this. But
Yeah,
as
because
far
we
as the
keep
rest
having the
of the season
flashbacks.
goes,
It's got to mean something, I guess.
yeah. And it's like, well, we got the flashbacks, we got them landing on his family farm in the 21st century. So they're pointing at something, but it's not interesting enough to keep going. What is interesting enough is the Borg Queen and Jurati. What are they going to go home to? You know, and I'm not going to lie, Jerry Ryan is really standing out in this season as a whole. It's really good to see her get to stretch her legs in a way that she was never able to on Voyager. You know? But all in all, yeah. So I'm not gonna say it's a high card or a fold, because you know, when you're playing poker and you got a pair, it's like you'll hold out. There might be a three of a kind somewhere, but you're gonna be doing that for fun, because chances are you are gonna lose. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a fantastic episode, but it wasn't the worst. It was just you know, it reminded me of most of season 1.
Yeah.
You know.
So where can people find you?
You know, you guys can find me Monday through Friday on twitch.tv/BID_P. 3:00 Monday through Friday, we talk about a plethora of things. I might be expanding into live streaming on YouTube again. I'm giving that some thought. In the meantime, look for Solar Gray on YouTube. And you can find me on all the social media that everybody has, although nobody seems to like it. Twitter, Instagram, you know, a little bit on TikTok, and you can always send me an email. So yeah, that's where you guys can find me.
That's what's up. So of course, NERD SOUL. Thank you for coming through. Like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that. Make sure to share this to someone who likes Star Trek and who likes Picard to any degree. If they're still holding on. Let's see. Tomorrow we have Young Justice, most likely, and Halo. This week's episode of Halo, I see y'all. So, I love military sci-fi is another one of those things that on the low I really enjoy. So,
I get you on that.
I guess in a way, you can say that Star Trek in a way is military sci-fi. Sort of.
That is a show, and that's a barbershop show in and of itself. That has been a debate.
Would you consider?
For decades. It has been a debate for decades. What I will say, because I know we don't have a whole
Hmm.
lot of time on that one, you just touched upon the biggest debate between Star Trek fans on the left wing and the right wing.
Mm.
Because on one hand, it's this progressive utopia, and on another
Mhm.
hand, it's a military organization that's always at war. So you got both sides of the political aisle trying to argue over which one is it more. So that's a whole show.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Yeah, because
show.
I don't know if I would consider them the UNSC, but they,
Yeah,
we'll,
I mean,
we'll have to put one together for that. I'll see
Yeah,
if I can
like
get my boy Avery.
that's a show. That's a show.
and
It was
yeah,
said
that'll
by
be a lot of fun.
Scotty in Star Trek Into Darkness. Are we a military or are we explorers? Why do we have these torpedoes on here? So, you know, and that was after decades of the debate. So it's yeah, that's a show, bro. That's a whole show.
So of course, see y'all next time. Black Comics beats coming your way. Until then, we will see y'all. Peace. And we out.
Finish him off! If you can't do it, then maybe you should let someone who can, like me!